Therefore thou shalt love the Lord thy God. Now, did it say fear there? No, it's translated properly. Love the Lord thy God and keep his charge and his statutes and his judgments and his commandments always. And it's, as I have stated before, and I'm repeating myself, that you learn the difference between the three so that you can really please him. Love him. It is required. Many might say, well, why do you just keep saying that? Well, let's take this as a marriage, and God uses the analogy of marriage a few times. He's our husband, so to speak. If you're married, doesn't your mate require love? It's not going to be a marriage long if it doesn't, if it isn't there, if it isn't present. Neither is it an association between you and God if love isn't there. It won't be long. There will be a divorcement. You will be an unhappy creature because you will have circumcised your mind away from God himself rather than circumcising your mind from things of the world. Just the opposite of what God requests. So, you see, it isn't difficult to please our Father. Oh, he knows that none of us are perfect and that we all fail at times and so forth, but then what parent doesn't recognize that in the process of learning and growing up that a child messes up sometimes? That's understood. That's natural. And that doesn't give us a license to sin, if you misunderstand, if you take it that way. But pleasing him, it's part of life. Accept it, expect it, and relish it. You can really enjoy life in the flesh, even with a few aches and pains, if you do what God requires of you, and number one is love him. And don't think you've got to keep it a secret to yourself. Tell him. You don't even have to say it out loud. Just he knows what you're thinking. But cry it out to him in earnest expectation of that love being returned to you. The only alternative to love is basically hate. The opposite is anyway. And a relationship that is allowed to sour with love and hate being running mates, so to speak, love that is beautiful can turn into, if abused, a terrible hate. So you have to culture and manicure your love for family, country, and God. God first. Work on it. And one of the best ways to manicure it or culture love is to know what's required from God to receive blessings, and that in itself instills love that just overflows to him for having blessed you, touching you. Let him know today that you love him. It's required. All right, bless your heart. You listen a moment.